I will say this about Fabio Wardley, and this is very concerning, at least for me. Fabio Wardley doesn't seem to have the best defense in the game. The room. Fabio Wardley has that BJ Penn head, which worries me a lot because if you know anything, if you watch boxing and MMA, you'll understand what I mean by that BJ Penn head. Hey guys, welcome back to the reaction channel, and today we're going to be covering Fabio Wardley's legendary win against Joseph Parker this last Saturday. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what else you want me to watch on this channel or react to. Sports wise, I think I'm covering boxing, MMA, and rugby for now, and also some NFL action. So please check those other videos out if you haven't already, and please put the bell on the icon. Click the bell on the icon to get reminders so you never miss a video. And we have to talk about Fabio Wardley's amazing performance on Saturday. And I just want to say that there's obviously some controversy that has come out from the fight. A lot of people said it was an early stoppage. But if you watch the fight in its entirety, you'll realize that the referee could have stepped in earlier in the fight. But I do think it was an early stoppage because I felt like Parker was just trying to bait him so that it gasses out, punches out. But I'm not really upset over the loss. I am gutted for Parker, who I thought, for all intensive purposes, he generally deserved a title shot. He was in the rough. He didn't duck no one. He doesn't duck people. And he's fought all the best competition. And he was in line for this title for a long time. I think he should have challenged Usyk a long time ago. But complications as usual with boxing when it comes to like matchmaking. They always try to push the one guy. So you end up getting an Usyk Fury 2, and it's like, why? Really, why? No one's really down for that. But I guess a shout out to the UK, England. It's very important for them to have a heavyweight championship belt, and Frank Warren definitely pushes his fighters to become the main people. I will say this about Fabio Wardley, and this is very concerning, at least for me. Fabio Wardley doesn't seem to have the best defense in the game. Me personally, I think that if he continues fighting the way that he fights, his career is not going to be very long. But I understand, because I guess he picked up boxing very, very late. And so he hasn't had time to really calibrate his defense the way he would want to. And, if you listen to his story, it's very inspirational. Very inspirational story. He has all the makings of a great champion. And I think he might actually beat Usyk. But I'm not sure. Because Usyk is old. So that fight coming up, very excited to see how that will pan out. But what I'm also excited to note from this fight, very, very important, the elephant in the room, Fabio Wardley has that BJ Penn head, which worries me a lot. Because if you know anything, if you watch boxing and MMA, you'll understand what I mean by that BJ Penn head. That BJ Penn head is susceptible to damage. That thing is made of. This is a prehistoric skull. This is what we're talking about. This guy is not man-made. Doesn't matter how many times you punch on that skull, this man will not get knocked out. If you watch the fight on Saturday, you'll understand exactly what I mean. The fight started off. Parker, right off the bat, just looked like he had zero ring rust. He kind of lost the second round, but then he gained control in the middle of the fight. And in those middle rounds, he was swinging at Wardley the same way Rocky was when he was preparing to fight Apollo Creed in 1980, whatever. He swung at that man and he hit him with everything. And Wardley just took it. At that point, it kind of felt like the fight could have also been stopped, but it did not. I don't think it came close with Parker because his punch output is not as much as Wardley. Wardley punches like he just doesn't care. He's just punching a bag repeatedly. He doesn't see you as a human being, which is why he got that fight. A few things that I noted was I think that Parker became a victim of I think being a world champion before. He's been there, done that, maybe didn't worry so much. It's not like he didn't want to win the fight, but it was also a situation where Wardley was coming in fresh, step up in competition, opportunity to fight for the title. And he was thinking in the back of his mind he might never get that opportunity again. And so he took it. And very fresh into his career, unbeaten. Amazing fight. Amazing fight. I mean, those two warriors just put it out on the line. It was an incredible atmosphere. I do feel bad for the people who placed a bet on this fight. You leveraged the house and then lost because the betting odds were looking really, really sus in the beginning of the whole thing. In fact, it got to a point where I was like, does anyone really think that Wardley will win this fight? No. Looked like it was 13%. 23. I'm just quoting off the back of my skull. 23% of the people, I think, something along those lines, thought that Wardley was going to win that fight. Crazy. And very, very gutted for Parker. Very gutted. If there's one thing that I will say is Parker never ducked anyone. He hasn't been ducking anyone for the last 2 years. So his WBO interim. But then he lost the title. So now, with Wardley, I guess the UK got what they wanted. They have another guy that they can push to championship status. And it always just seems important that they have a heavyweight champion out there, which goes against the spirit of sport in general. Boxing has always had this tradition of trying to push the same fighters from the same countries, and I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing business wise, but it is a bad move in terms of when we are talking about this is the best heavyweight in the world. It took Usyk a long time to be in line for the title, and merely because he's like Ukrainian. So the whole thing was, can he sell? Will people want to see him? And eventually, when he got his shot, he did not disappoint. I mean, if you really look at it the way I look at it, Usyk does not move like a heavyweight, which makes him the best heavyweight because he's got like, more like middleweight. The way he moves in the ring, his movement is amazing. I was getting tired of seeing the same old heavyweight fights. Fury, 6'6", 6'7", whatever, just barely any movement. Throwing these mummy punches that Ali used to talk about when he was describing the likes of, I think he was describing the likes of George Foreman. They say that whole thing is just punch, no defense, nothing. But it's getting exciting now because Wardley also has a very slick style and he's very good at dodging those punches. Shout out to him. I mean, absolutely amazing performance. You could tell that he was fired up. You could tell he was ready to put his life on the line because he was blocking with his head, like I mentioned. And so anyway, I'm guessing that is, let's just check out this article from BBC Sport real quick before we end this video. It's going to be a short video today because I have some other ones to do. So there we go. Summary. This is the summary of the fight. Britain's Wardley stops Parker in huge heavyweight upset. Both men exchanged heavy shots early on with Parker hurt in the second. And that's where I think that maybe that stoppage wasn't that controversial because it made sense for the referee to stop it in the second, but Parker was actually saved by the bell. Parker seemingly ahead on the points before fight stopped, perhaps prematurely by referee after Wardley landed several unanswered shots in the 11th. And this is where I felt that it could have gone either way because he was baiting him. He was really trying to make him gas out. But yeah, it left a lot of people very, very disappointed, bro. The amount of bets for this match. Wardley now 30, now unbeaten in 21 fights with 19 knockouts, could face undisputed champion Alexander Usyk next. New Zealand's former world champion Parker 33 loses his WBO interim belt in fourth career defeat. Now, he could always make a comeback, but this might just be the end of Joe Parker. He might fight a few more fights, but he's still in the mix. This I don't think defines Parker at all. What a fight! What a win for Fabio Wardley. As this live text comes to a close, the Briton seem to have earned a shot at undisputed king Alexander Usyk. So that is certainly one no one wants to miss. For now, though, we have a red report of the O2 Arena. We'll see you next time. Night. So, someone describes it. I guess this is a description of the fight. Wardley wants Usyk, so that's what it'll be, claimed Warren after the fight. Fabio Wardley's promoter, Frank Warren, spoke to DAZN after tonight's match. He said that he wants Usyk, so that's what it'll be. He is so right with what he says. I mean, it's a 36-minute fight, but it only takes 1 second for him, and he does it time and time again. But note what he said. Even he said it. 36-minute fight of you just getting punched in the head, and then you win it at the death. Still, longevity in the sport is gonna come into question, and I think the team have to focus on defense if they're gonna find any chance of beating Usyk, because stopping Usyk is, I mean, really, no, that's not gonna happen. I don't care how old he is. He will soon retire on the throne before I think you can stop him. But we said the same thing on Saturday. Well, at least a lot of the people that place bets, I'm not that dumb, thought the same thing on Saturday, and they were wrong. I sit there in amazement. This is still Warren. I sit there in amazement for someone who's had zero amateur experience. Mind you, he did not have any amateur experience before he started boxing. 20 fights fighting a former world champion. Ipswich should be proud of him. That was a phenomenal performance. Edge of your seat stuff. Both gave everything they had. It is a story I have never seen in boxing before. It's really simple. Alexander Usyk is a great champion. His next fight will be against Fabio Wardley for the 4 belts. It's what he deserves for that performance. Shout out to them. And that's a direct quote from Fabio Wardley after the fight. I told everyone I wasn't losing today, and it did not. It was an amazing fight. Those are the kind of fights we want to see at heavyweight, but we do want to see it for all the chips. We're tired of this... we're just gonna, you have to vacate this one. Vacate this belt, and then we have another pointless belt for some other organization. I think all fights in boxing should just be for undisputed. It should not be a whole, it's linear unification bout. Maybe interim is fine. You can pick up an interim belt, regional belts. I guess that means something for your rankings and whatever. But everything should just be for undisputed. Simple. All the belts should be in one person's possession, so that undoubtedly this person is pound for pound in that division the best fighter there is. There should be no disputing. There should be no, this guy has a better promoter. Even though he has less belts, he has a better promoter, which makes him pound for pound better than everyone in his division. Absolutely ridiculous, because you have so many magazines, Ring, and then you have I'm guessing DAZN. I don't know if DAZN is a magazine, but you have all these rankings, different organizations. No one knows what's going on. Mind you, I will say this. I did not foresee at all I didn't even know who Fabio Wardley was. Do you know why? Because I'm one of those casuals. Ta. I'm one of those casuals. Moses Utauma, who, by the way, very, very young prospect. He says he doesn't see Fabio Wardley as a rival. He's more of a teammate to me. Which would be interesting because what if he captures the belt? You're not gonna fight the guy because he's a teammate? Yes, Carl Frampton. Maybe Joe could have been taken out from any shot first. I feel like it was a little early, but I'll take nothing away from Fabio. And that's kind of how I feel about the entire thing too. Uh, you see, this is what I was referencing earlier. That BJ Penn head, bro. My God, guys, I think it's safe to say that this fight with Usyk is gonna be a special one. I'm excited to see when it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be sometime next year, early next year. But one thing that boxing needs to do is they need to take the heavyweight division seriously. Just because the Americans are not involved does not mean that the heavyweight division should come to a stop. I think we all care as the fans to see better fights from different people with different backgrounds. It doesn't really matter who this person is, but they should fight often so we can see them and get a real fan base going. Because right now, boxing be secret, bro. They be doing to most of their fights, which is a problem. But anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe. I do have a question. Maybe you can put it in the comment section. Who is your favorite heavyweight boxer right now? Is it Joseph Parker? Is it Alexander Usyk? Is it Tyson Fury on his way out? Probably Dubois. Who is your Itauma? Maybe rising, maybe into more of the rising prospect. Just let me know down in the comment section, and we'll see you guys on another video. Thank you so much. Cheers.